All right, so let's start this broadcast with a story, the big story that has come in from Pakistan. Remember, it was on the 3rd of April when Pakistan's National Assembly was supposed to vote on a no-confidence motion against Imran Khan and decide his political fate. While the day passed in a bit of a flush and in a lot of controversy, there are many developments that have taken place since, and the ripples of its aftershocks continue to shake Pakistani politics. The political leaders once again trotted off to the courts for a solution to a political conflict in Pakistan, pushing the country from a political crisis to what many are now describing as a constitutional crisis. The Supreme Court heard the petitioners of all sides seeking legal intervention after the dissolution of the National Assembly and also a rejection of the no-trust motion that was moved by the opposition that had been rejected by the Deputy Speaker. The five-judge bench headed by the Chief Justice of Pakistan, Umar Ata Bandial, is likely to give an order today after the hearing was adjourned for a day. The Chief Justice of Pakistan has sought the record of the National Assembly proceedings on the no-trust motion. He's also summoned the Sunday's order by the Deputy Speaker. Justice Bandial has also said that the top court will not interfere in the matters of state and foreign policy and will only determine the legality of the National Assembly Deputy Speaker Qasim Suri's ruling against the no-trust motion that was brought against the Imran Khan government. Now, PPP Senator Raza Rabbani presented the arguments before the five-judge bench. He called the Deputy Speaker's actions and the ruling PTI's actions as a clear case of civilian-imposed martial law. He also added that according to the Constitution, the no-confidence motion cannot be dismissed without a vote on it. The opposition also told the top court that a deliberate attempt had been made to construct a narrative against the no-trust motion, while a foreign conspiracy was touted as the reason for it. The opposition has also urged the court to summon the National Security Committee's minutes along with the alleged threat letter that Imran Khan had presented in the meeting. The Supreme Court's judgment on the matter could of course call for a restored government or for fresh elections, or it could be neither. The court could also bar Imran Khan from standing again if he is found to have acted unconstitutionally. What is certain is that the judgment could take time, and even if the legal and the constitutional crisis is resolved, the political crisis is unlikely to end anytime soon in Pakistan. And to give us more updates in terms of what's actually playing out in Pakistan at this moment, we are being joined by my colleague Anas Malik, who's joining us live from Islamabad. Anas, bring us up to speed with what is happening with the legal case so far. What is the Supreme Court in Pakistan expected to do?
Well, as I talk to you, the court case is to undergo very shortly. Just before that, the former Pakistani Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry, he went into a war of words with some journalists outside the Supreme Court, and the journalists are now currently, as I talk to you, they're protesting. They're asking Fawad Chaudhry to apologize, and Fawad Chaudhry has refused to apologize on that. In a very short while from now, we'll be seeing that the court case is to get underway. And in that very court case, the biggest matter that is being deliberated upon is whether or not the actions of the Speaker on the 3rd of April, the ruling of the Speaker on the 3rd of April, was it in line with the Constitution and in rules or not? That is the key question. Was the invocation of Article 5 carried out by the Speaker? Was it done with due process or not? That is the key question, and that is something that is being deliberated upon by the court. We're expecting either today or by tomorrow a short order in the case, because this is by all means a constitutional crisis. Even the court acknowledges that, and in whether it's today or tomorrow, because today, when in a very short while, rather in some moments from now, when the court resumes, the PTI lawyer Zahiruddin Babar Awan, he will be taking the rostrum to give his side of the arguments, after which two more lawyers are there from that of the Deputy Speaker and the Speaker. And after that, the Attorney General of Pakistan is to give his arguments on another 4 lawyers at least until the court comes to a conclusion to make up its mind for a verdict. Saleh.
Absolutely, indeed. Now, in parliamentary democracies in different parts of the world, the Speaker of the House is seen as the custodian of the House. The decisions that he takes inside the House cannot be challenged in a court of law. What is the situation in Pakistan, Anas? Can the Supreme Court look into this case? Does it have the jurisdiction to do so?
Well, in Pakistan as well, it's same that Article 69 gives protection to the Speaker, to his rulings, and that the proceedings cannot be challenged. But the bigger problem here is that it's the technicality, because the Speaker had invoked Article 5 of the Constitution at first, that called for loyalty to the state, and without any investigation into the matter, he is invoking that article. Therefore, the technical bit is something which the court is deliberating upon. And that is the other parlay at hand, or a fix at hand, that the court has to face with, for one very reason. In case if the court rules against deputy speakers or the speaker's ruling, then the sanctity of the parliament cannot be protected going forward. But in case if it doesn't rule against the ruling, then this could well be a precedent that in Pakistan, any government that comes in and it faces a no confidence motion, it can cry foul, cry a foreign conspiracy, and then dissolve the parliament through absolute violation of the rule. So all eyes are on the Supreme Court of Pakistan as to what it would decide in light of its interpretation of the Constitution. Saleh.
Absolutely, indeed. Thank you very much indeed, Anas Malik, for joining us and getting us all those updated. Appears to be a very crucial day in Pakistan. It's a complex legal matter, the jurisdiction of even the Supreme Court, whether it can rule on a decision that was taken by the presiding speaker in the National Assembly. This is, of course, what is going to be looked at today. We'll, of course, be getting you all the updates. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.